Hi everybody. Probably remember a couple of months ago I was out here working in the raspberry patch, starting to spread mulch on the ground. Very excited to get my chipper at the time, and then it broke. So now that it's working again, I finally have the chance to come back out and mulch this entire raspberry patch. On the middle here, I'm going to work around the perimeter, and that'll leave the blueberry patch behind me for next. So after I get done with the raspberries, which I should be able to finish in a couple trailers full today, we'll see how far we can get on the blueberry patch. Alright, well, stay tuned. Alright, well, I just covered up all my cardboard. I don't know if you can tell, it's probably 2 or 3 inches deep. Now I'm going to spread some paper and carry this out to the end, and go get another load of chips when I'm ready. Biggest problem with paper is not getting your feet tangled up and kicking it all over the place while you're working on it. I tried to do more than one layer or two to help kill this grass, hopefully. A couple of big nuggets of wood came out. Must have been picked up by accident there. Couple of branches that made it through. Got the whole center filled, and now I'm working up the side. So I've been kind of pulling weeds, spreading paper, so I'm going to throw some mulch up this side first, and then the other. So a couple more wheelbarrows full of mulch coming this way. Folks, that's my remaining chip pile. Let me get this up there, top off the trailer just about, and move this one down. My pile of wood chips is gone, depleted. So let me take my little baby deer, Bambi here, and put him up at the barn, and I'll show you how things worked out. A great unveiling. It's great to me anyways. But all that brush is clear, and I can drive right around the garden. I'll put up an old still photo or something from what this used to look like, but this is just magnificent. I got a nice layer of chips I left behind, so this should keep the weeds from growing up in here. Our intention was to put chips around the whole perimeter of the garden anyways, just to keep the weed pressure off. So look at that, folks. Unbelievable. And let's go check out the berries, which are equally exciting to me. Let's take a walk down. One thing I've noticed is this little pile of wood has got to go. I keep just about getting tangled up in it with the mower deck as I come through here with the trailer. But luckily I can get through here with the trailer now, so it's easy enough to grab that wood and carry it out. Alright, so here we go, folks. You can see the blueberries here in the foreground, the raspberries behind. I was able to do all but the last, I don't know, 2 feet, and I ran out of wood chips. But I'm pretty close. The whole middle is nice, and you can see, I mean, it's got some thickness to it. It's 2-3 inches thick, maybe. So yeah, look at that. That should really help on the weeding. I couldn't get the mower through here without blowing all the berries off the branches. You know, it was just way too dense. So this will make it so I don't have to mow anymore. And it'll keep the weed pressure off of the berries. And it should help hold some moisture in. So, lots of pluses. Here we go with the raspberries. And these I did have a chance to do the perimeter, but not yet on the blueberries. And that's the quince right there that I want to move. I talk about it frequently, but that's going to be the first plant that actually ends up in the orchard. That quince right there. Used to be about 8 feet tall, and I cut it down last year. The raspberries have cardboard and paper underneath them, underneath the wood chips, and the blueberries do not, so that'll be an interesting experiment to see how much the paper actually does help, because I noticed in the garden the paper broke down over the course of one summer, so I don't know how quick this stuff's going to go away. You know, the cardboard obviously will last a bit longer, so it'll be, you know, an interesting experiment to see the difference. Also, the red wood chips, this is the bark. When I'm chopping up the bark, this stuff is finer. Let me get a handful here. It's a much finer grind because, you know, it's dry bark. It kind of blew apart in the chipper. So I'm imagining this stuff is going to break down a bit faster than the coarser grind that we have here. So, yeah, a couple of little kind of experiments and a lot of progress. So obviously I do want to do this patch here in the middle too, you know, right here, and maybe even put in a new string of raspberries. I don't know. I think I might have room. It'll be a little tight, but I'll have to decide. But we've been having tons of problems with the deer, so part of this is I would like to not have to mow this piece so that I could fence it in and keep the deer out, because they really ate a lot of raspberry bushes this year. So well, that's it for today, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe.